Hello, welcome to Lil's Vintage World. This video is a book review of The Artificial Silk Girl by Irmgard, and I've been told it's pronounced Keun, like it's spelled K-E-U-N, and I've been told to pronounce it Keun. So thank you very much if you were the one that said this is how you pronounce it. Thank you, I appreciate that because I do like to get it right. The Artificial Silk Girl was first published in the 1930s, 1932. This edition that I have is a translated edition, obviously, from 2002. And I have been wanting to read this for a good few months now. I picked it off my shelves to read and I was quite surprised. So this book is ever so slim and it's about this young woman called Doris who wants to be a star, and so she leaves her home and she travels to Berlin in pursuit of being rich and famous, and that is her dream. But she gets there and it's not her dream anymore. It's seedy and dirty and grubby, and we follow her through her adventure, so to speak. That is what this book is about, 1930s style. And I was pretty shocked by this book. I think for me the biggest shock was the writing. I wasn't expecting it to feel as modern as it does. And this is where I have questions about this book, because when you read a book from the 1930s, it reads like a book from the 1930s, but this book feels like it was written yesterday. As I said, I have a translated edition from 2002, that's when the translation was done. And I would like to know how much input a translator has in translating from the original language into whatever language it's going into, in this case English, whether you have to change sentences to make sure that the meaning that was in the original language goes through into the translated. Because for me, this book, as I said, feels very, very modern. It doesn't feel like a 1930s book. And I'm not sure if that is the skill of Irngard's writing or if that's part of the translator. So if you know, let me know. There were some wonderful passages in here, and Doris was a wonderful character to follow along with. She's so distinctive, and her maturity level isn't great, but I think sometimes when you follow a flawed character, it just makes the book oh so much more interesting, and I actually really rather enjoyed it. And even though I found Doris annoying, she really brightened up the book. I want to read you a couple of little passages that I thought were fantastic. There's a lot of talk in here about fashion. And as you know, I love fashion, and because this book's from the 1930s, I put on a necklace from the 1930s. Isn't that good? I think so. So the bit that I'm going to read you is Doris has been paid from a job that she's done, and she is off shopping. I immediately bought a hat for myself with the 50 marks I had left, with the feather and in forest green. That's this season's fashion colour, and it goes fabulously well with my rosy complexion. And wearing it off to the side is just so chic, and I already had a forest green coat made for myself, tailored with a fox collar. There is a lot of talk about fur in this, which I really don't like, but the passage then goes on to read, "But my outfit is now complete, which is the most important thing for a girl who wants to get ahead and has ambition." I thought that was wonderful. It's lots of the little mundane things. So she's, you know, we see her as she sits in a cafe and overlooks a conversation and people watching, and it's so wonderful, but also just bizarrely modern. And she's such a flawed character, and she's off on this adventure to try and get rich and famous, and it doesn't turn out the way that she thought it would. But did I enjoy it? Yes, I did. Will I reread it in the future? Yes, I will. If you are someone that's interested in 1930s and fashion, I think you'll really enjoy this. I actually had a lot of fun reading it and learning all about Doris. So That is my review for the Artificial Silk Girl. I hope you have enjoyed it. Take care, and I shall see you again soon for the next video. Bye for now.